Hello, everyone. Welcome to the internet. We're here on a stream. We're doing this thing, which is Zelda Episode 2 of the system. It's Dangerous to Go Alone. This was probably the worst intro I've done all week, but that's fine because it's happening, and we're all here. And speaking of us, who is us? Omega, you're on the top. Can we get you to introduce yourself, please?
Also, why am I on the top? Like, we can get some switch.
It was so the real reason you're there is because I used the car lesbians template for this, which had Mika in the middle and then 3 and 3, but someone had to drop car lesbians minute before, so I just moved it over and spaced it out, and then I needed to make this overlay, so I copied car lesbians and made it into Zelda, and now you're all in a circle around me, and that's the real reason why you're on the top and I'm in the middle.
Well, hi everybody. My name is Omega Jones, also known as Quipbar across all social media channels, except the places I'm freaking not. I am Razmi the Seer today, a Twilight sorcerer who is already intrigued by this party, for lack of a better word. That's me.
Popcorn it however you want.
Oh, I'll just go around to Dalmar.
Hello, my name is Jacob. You can find me on all the socials at JR Shore Lunch. That's JRSCHOR Lunch. And I am playing Dalmar the Goron today. And he is a lovable guy who may or may not be being threatened with explosions. We'll find out. But with that, I'm going to pass it along to Mika.
Hey, hi, I'm Mika. I do things. You can find me at Mika_Macintosh in one place, and in another place you can find me at Goggle Boy. I'm not consistent with my usernames, and I really should be. Hey, I'm playing a Korok, named Orantium, or Aurora for short. And he has threatened to blow up our Rock Boy if he ever told anyone if he heard Aurora speak. I'm also not doing a great job with this introduction. Jojo.
Sick. Hi, friends. I'm Jojo. I'm playing I'm Jojo. You can find me on the internet at Jojo Culturalist. I am a cultural anthropologist, and I play games. And today I'm playing Cacao Broma, a Kokiri goat herder. What is it? What is their inverse name for goats?
They're goats.
Goats.
Okay, all right. Okay, my bad. I didn't.
Not everything is a fantasy,
Okay.
Jojo. Sometimes goats are just goats.
Okay, and I did not grow up with this series.
And
and
sometimes they just want you to live deliciously and
yeah,
dance naked in the woods
yeah.
and hail Satan. It's
who specific? Okay, and
The goats.
Yeah, I'm the So that's me. That's who I am.
They're firing on all cylinders tonight.
We're doing great, everybody. I think I'm last to go, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hi, everybody. I'm Pyrea. You can find me on the internet as Pyrea on any social, pretty much. I am playing for the first time Farron, our Rito Bard. So, yeah, excited. Let's go. Let's crush it.
And missing from the overlay, those of you who are a fan of Small Emma might notice that Small Emma is not with us this week. She is moving, but she'll be back in the future. So, Small Emma, gone. But with that, let's get started. I think we had a player recap today, so Omega, I'll turn it over to you.
To preface again, this won't be good. Let's see what I remember. So we all were doing our own things at times. Yeah, someone was in a tree, I think. Someone was doing Goron stuff. Someone was also being creepy as a freaking Korok. And someone was studying, and they all got a call or a voice say, "Hey, you bitch, we need you. You got courage in you." Because apparently something died. Because in this timeline, Link got destroyed, obliterated, probably. And we all felt this pull. Portals opened up in front of us. Razmi went entered first, as he appeared in the that one area where the mirror, right, where the mirror Twilight is, right.
Yep. Yep.
Yep. They appeared in that place with a bunch of other people, including Dalmar, the Goron, Aura, the Korok, Cacao, the Kokiri, and Yvonne, the fairy that was with the Kokiri, and probably another bird at some point. I don't know. We all found that we were in the sacred temple, and we all have been pulled towards a direction within the temple. So we started going. It's very clear that the Kokiri is too innocent for the shit. Dalmar is too boisterous for the shit. Aura is a problem. And
Is a mob
He hasn't done
gangster.
anything problematic.
sure he hasn't. And but they all have skills as they all begin to traverse this temple. We run into a spider. We run into a Poe first, in which it is captured by Razmi, revealing that he has power over shadow and spirit. And we also run into, and then fire hurts too because people try to touch it when they shouldn't. And then we run into a spider. Or more importantly, Cacao runs into a spider because Cacao's like, we're gonna go, and they're gonna start shimmying down the damn hallway. In which the spider got handled by the folks. We learned that the Korok can make bombs. Specifically, we learned that the Korok, who has not been speaking at all, named affectionately as Mr. Jingles, whispers into Dalmar's ear, "Hey, bitch, you gonna fucking protect me? I'm gonna beat your ass. I will blow you up from the inside out. You hear me? You hear me? Yeah, that's gonna happen." But we don't hear that because, innocent kiki thing. We find a chest with some rings in it, and there's another ring for, I don't know, again, maybe somebody who's a bird. And Razmi finds invisibly or through magic eyes that there's a platform moving that they can potentially get on to continue and through this temple, and that's what you missed on Glee.
That is what you missed on Glee. Yeah. So we're actually going to take a couple seconds back from the last thing we saw at the party, and we're gonna look at a Rito, solely alone in Rito Village, who also felt the call, but was running a bit behind. So, can you tell us what Farron looks like, please?
Farron is a 4 Rito, mid-height Rito, so not like a tiny little baby bird. But she looks kind of cockatoo adjacent. So white feathers with a little bit of peach on them, and all of the under feathers where it's typically like yellow or like dark red or orange. It's a pearlescent kind of shade. So as she is like trying to grab her bag and shove her like harp in it, and she's got a triangle that for some reason she needed to bring, and that's kind of what delayed her. She couldn't find the little ding part of the triangle, and it was very important. And you'll see her like running through, and her feathers on the back of her head will like go up as she's looking around for everything that she feels like she needs to bring with her. And the feathers underneath her over her white over, there's an official name for that, but I can't remember. I used to know that. It looks kind of a rainbowy pearlescent as it like kind of shines through the light and flickers as she's running around her home trying to get ready.
You also would have felt the call of courage deep inside you, heard the voice of Princess Zelda, who the Rito in this timeline would not know. So a random lady's voice, similar to Razmi, a random lady's voice just appearing in your head telling you, hey, you have a choice, but not really. I need you to do something for me. As a portal appears next to you. Is there anything you would be doing or anyone you'd be alerting before stepping into the Zelda portal?
I would think that there's a ton of like small like children Rito in her hut actually, and it looks like she was like doing a music lesson in this moment. And then she heard the sound, the like portal kind of appeared, and it very one track minded now. So all of these like little tiny baby Rito are like sitting around with their own little like small and large instruments, and she's just she's just like, well, I'll see you guys later, I guess. Keep practicing. This is probably what I've been waiting on. You know, people do that magic-y thing, and you know, I've written a lot of letters, and we'll see. Practice your scales, kids. Okay, bye. And she'll go through the portal.
Okay, yeah, as you go through the portal, you see where you would have landed if the lesson had not taken so long, but then, like, skip off of a golden dais into, like, the ceiling of a room, and the rest of you see a golden portal open on the ceiling above you, and then descending at a rather concerning speed,
See feathers.
Rito. Yeah.
Yeah.
Delmar pulls out his skull hammer and goes, "Oh, the spiders look different now."
Just gonna hear like cawing. How far is this? Am I gonna get injured falling?
No,
Can I?
no,
Okay,
it'll
okay,
be
okay.
like a 20-foot drop, but because
Okay,
you
okay.
were actively flapping your wings, you can like decrease
just, like,
this, and also
float.
because mechanically your ring makes you fine. It works out.
That
Yeah,
too.
you don't
Okay,
take
perfect.
damage from it.
Okay, perfect. Could you not point that thing at me, big guy?
Whoa! The spiders are
talk
flying
too.
now.
No, not a spider. And she's like flapping a little bit.
Oh, okay. Boom.
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
Look at you! Look at you with your little leaf there.
Jingle, jingle. Yeah, Aurora just kind of jingles. He currently still, like, clutched to the top of Dalmar's head.
This is Mr. Jingles.
Oh, I get it now. Were you protecting little Mr. Jingles up there?
Yes. Mr. Jingles is very persistent that I keep him safe.
Yeah, Aurora, like, just taps the top of his head. Like,
I think Ratsme as their kind of I don't want to say too innocent, but not really assessing what could be a threat. Because we've dealt with a Poe and a spider, and then suddenly a bird person just fell through the sky. They're going to look. They have a staff, but they're not pointing it at you. But they are just watching and saying, "Where did you come from?"
Well, I came from that portal up there. I heard.
Portal.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I think.
Does
Does
the
it?
portal look the same as the one we went through?
Mhm.
Oh, okay,
The
that
same
actually-
glowing, yeah.
That does change. Okay.
I think I got a little jumbled up because I don't think. Oh well, maybe that is what that.
Did you hear
voice.
a voice?
Yes. Can you read my mind?
No, but I
right.
recognized the flavor of that specific teleportative space. It's the same one we went through.
Oh, all right. So you don't really know who cast it?
I do not. Sorry.
All right. Anyone know who cast it? I heard that voice, but not really sure.
No. Dalmar's just looking at Raz, and he looks up at Mr. Jingles. Did you taste portal?
Jingles twice.
Okay. Raz must have tasted portal. I wonder what flavor it is.
I do not believe portals have And then he pauses and realizes what he said, and just never mind. Well, you are not a threat. Then I am ascertaining.
uh, not currently. So,
Oh.
yeah, because maybe you, and she's gonna like look you up and down a little bit.
Mhm.
Are you a threat? Probably should have asked that before now, but here we are.
I am a threat, potentially not to you though.
Because the voice.
No.
Oh.
They just kind of like look back to the group and then look back to what did I pronounce? Sorry.
She, her.
Okay.
Mhm.
Look back to her and just. But it would seem that if the same individual has summoned all of us, then I do not need to display what I can do aggressively to you, which is what I was making sure of.
All right. So, are y'all teachers too, or performers, or something
No,
like
I'm Goron.
that?
Dalmar.
And we're all new friends. Hi, I'm Cacao. Do you want a berry? Blueberry.
Sure, I guess.
I usually feed them to my goats. I was gonna hand you a berry.
Are they?
Oh yeah, they're great. I eat them all the time. So does she. Gestures over to Yvonne, who is notorious for eating my berry snacks. Little
And
fairy
as
kind of
you-
flits.
As you gesture to Yvonne, can I get you to make some sort of noticing looking with your eyes roll?
Me?
Uh-huh, you.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay. Let's see.
Again, you
Make-
tell me what stat you think this is.
Okay,
So,
making an eyeballs. I'm making an eyeballs check. Okay, got it. How about? I guess it would be wisdom is a +0 for perception.
okay, yeah.
I'm just gonna roll a 2d6. Let's see. What's a 6 get me?
A 6 is a fail with a minor complication. So you see, but far too late, that a hand creature, similar in shape to the Poe that was trying to grab Mr. Jingles off the top of. Actually, at that point, Mr. Jingles was just existing. But this one is black. It doesn't have any fire to it. It doesn't seem to have any life. Reaches in and grabs Yvonne, and the body stays, but her soul is pulled out and pulled into the wall behind her.
Whoa! Hey, put that back! What happens?
Oh, no.
What happens?
Jacob
Well,
left.
I
Jacob hated that description so much he left the game.
what happens to Yvonne's body?
But it's still floating. It's still
It's still
acting as a
floating?
fairy next to you. It just has no
okay.
personality.
Okay.
Oop.
Are you okay? Just gesturing to Yvonne.
You don't get any sort of response.
Oh, this is a horrible place. This is a horrible place. She won't even eat the berries anymore.
I mean, she did.
That thunder? Calm down. Sorry. GM. What just happened to Yvonne? One, did anyone else see it? Or see
I imagine
a shift? Or
the shift for sure is quite noticeable. Anyone that wants to try and see it can. It was just happening right behind Cacao. So if anyone was talking to Cacao, for sure they would also have seen it.
Okay.
I mean, maybe I only asked because of a very specific thing to see if it seems like a similar circumstance. If that's too vague, I can message you.
No, I know what you're talking about. I think you would
Yeah.
see that the outcome seems like this trajectory could happen. The way it happened seems very different.
Gotcha. Okay. I see. I think at the very least, he's going to just look at Cacao and look at Yvonne and just say, keep them close. You don't want them to lose their integrity.
Yvonne, stay close to me. And, sorry, what was your name? New friend?
I'm called Farron. Does this happen a lot? Is she
Oh.
all right?
Well, hands keep reaching out of the air and grabbing us all the time, but whenever we try to play, like, with them, they bite us and they attack us, and it's been kind of stressful, and now she's not eating.
How
But-
long have y'all been down here?
It's like the most
About an
stressful
hour.
10 minutes, right? They're like, oh,
Yeah.
At about an hour.
about an hour.
Yeah.
That's a lot to happen here. Maybe we should try and get out of here.
We all, and he looks back down towards where the feeling that they were being drawn. We should continue. There's something here. I don't know what, but clearly if we are all drawn, and I am a bit of a researcher myself. So I would love to know why this is happening. He does look back to Kakao just for a moment, and then you see him look at his bag, but then he'll look back to Farron and the rest of the group. There's also, and he gestures to the open expanse, but clearly he is gesturing to the floating platforms that he thought would detect magic. If you follow me, I cannot reveal it for you, but there is a way down.
Okay, well,
All right.
we gotta get her appetite back anyway. So I saw them go. So maybe her appetite's down there. I'll follow you, and I'll grab my little slingshot and I'll load it with my gravel pebbles.
Cool. And then Razmi, you're seeing magic makes it very easy to see these things. You can easily step all onto them. If you all go at the same time, it will be quite packed, but you could go in sets of 2 if you wanted to try and communicate that, or you could all just stand really close together and hope nobody falls.
I can leave it to a roll as well, but I would like to try to guide them as much as possible. So even if we're not on the same one, always be watching and dictating when to jump and move, so no one's falling into the abyss. So we can leave that to a roll if you want to see how well that happens. Otherwise, somebody might die.
I think I feel like it'll be a contested roll, but not contested, just trying to meet. So you do some sort of persuasion for me, and everyone else do some sort of listening or perceiving for me.
I mean, I have influence. I'll do
Cool.
an influence roll. Not that
Yeah,
it matters
do
because
influence.
my power's a 0. So it's 2d6, right?
Yeah, 2d6.
And then you add them up. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. That 8.
Okay, so everyone else, you're trying to get an 8 or above.
I've never had to roll for comprehension before, but I think that's actually super funny. I think.
Yeah. Would this be
Oh,
what? Was perception?
Sure.
Or
Mika, you can argue any stat for me about this. You could argue grip because you're holding on
don't
to
do
Delmar's
this.
head.
don't do this to me. I do that to everyone else. Don't do that to me. I'm going to. What does a circle filled in mean?
It means that you are skilled in it, so you don't do it with complication. It doesn't
No
adjust your stat in any
complication,
way.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's a 6.
Okay.
I'm gonna argue, and this might be a stretch, but endurance, not of
Okay.
the physical kind, but of the mental. That he's literally just having to focus so much. I also, if that's a no go, I'll do perception.
No,
I'm totally fine
I
with that.
love that. I
Okay.
love that.
Actually, wait, no. In that case, maybe I'll do climb. Yeah, since I am on Dalmar's head.
Okay.
Ooh.
Does
Which
that
will put
climb
me
give
on
you
8?
Okay. A 10
Yeah, it
for
gives you a plus
Dalmar.
2.
Farron and Cacao.
Okay.
9.
Okay.
Oh, your perception probably is fine for me.
So I rolled a 7, and I have a +0 in that stat. And if I'm being a truther, if I'm being honest, I was
Mhm.
thinking sense motive was funny because it's like comprehension, like I'm listening.
Oh.
And I think it's funnier if I fail by 1. I think it's funnier that
Yeah.
way. I think it's
Uh-huh.
better.
Cool. So I'll paint the picture in my head, and then you all are free to add to it as you would like. As Razmi is perfectly describing the way to stay on this platform, telling you all the invisible bounds of it, everyone is doing their best to pay attention. The only one that isn't is the one that can navigate small traps. Why would you need to pay attention when nothing bad has ever happened to you in your life, and you know what happens if you walk and things just happen? So as you take that last step and the platform starts descending, you just take one step too far, and we'll come back to you. Anyone else? Yeah, go Jojo. You got thoughts?
No,
Okay.
no, I was pantomiming my blissful misstep. I would.
Good. A hydrate for everyone, and also the rest of you. Anything you want to add to that scene or try and do?
Just adding to it is that as Dalmar is like as Razmi is like, okay, step there. Dalmar is like, there. You sure? There's nothing there. You need to get eyes rechecked after giving to me.
I think he doesn't say anything. He just like stares at you. This person who has like summoned Shadow and siphoned a Poe and all these things. He's just like, yeah, no, nothing's there. It's fine. Just, just. I'm telling you this for nothing. That's what his eyes are saying right now. Oh. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, just Aurora's just now worried at all because he's got his little leaf that he can use to fly. So
Yeah.
Would I? Oof. I know we rolled to see kind of if we got on the platform and made it and could comprehend everything. Would I be able to see Cacao kind of like falling and do like a dex to try and like catch him to like
Sure.
try and...
Yeah. This will go back to the actual like rolling 2d6 and the ranking scale. So if you fail by a lot, it goes bad.
Okay.
Mhm.
I am I have a filled in circle for it. So
Okay.
not dex, so acrobatics, I guess. Yeah.
Sure.
Or reflexes.
Reflexes
Which...
fit. Yeah, let's go with reflex.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. This will be fine. It's cool. I got a 4.
oh,
Okay. So 4
Oh,
is a
boy.
failure with a major
Oh, wait,
complication.
a 5 because I have a +1 because it's in the courage category.
That does bring it to a minor complication, so that is good. I think, and it's one of those things where like your reflex, you're able to grab him, and he is a small child, but he is a small child that's falling, and you are standing, leaning off the edge. So I think
Yeah.
you will prevent him from taking as much damage as he would going
Okay.
down, but he's pulling you with him.
Okay.
So are they
Yeah.
both falling?
They're both falling. Yes.
Okay. I was hoping this wouldn't have to happen.
I think you just hear, whoa.
At the same time, the other 3 are on a very gentle elevator ride down.
As they begin to fall, as they're falling down and starting to gain momentum, you see that you can almost see if anybody's looking that he's like calculated exactly what he needs to do, and you see his eyes just almost like settle with damn it. He just says apologies in advance. He's going to stick out his hand. As he's going to stick out his staff. Sorry, he sticks out his staff, and as he points it down, everyone for a moment almost feels like themselves get tugged and pulled. But then the 3 of us on the platform don't do anything. We don't move at all. However, the shadows and just the energy in the room suddenly siphons upward. I'm going to use 3 MP. Jesus Christ.
I
it's the-
tried, okay?
It's the only thing I can do. I looked at all of my spells. It's the only thing I can do. It's my biggest spell to use Black Hole. All creatures and loose items in the room are sucked into a gravity well. So what I'm intending to do is to pull them upward.
Okay.
So they
Beautiful,
don't,
yeah.
so they can at least fall next to us or not immediately crash downward. Have another chance of not falling. Unfortunately, what is Cacao and Farron's sizes?
I am small. I'm small.
You're small, and I think Farron is
Medium.
medium.
Mhm.
Okay, great. Cacao is going to take cantrip. No, not cantrip. That was a 4. You're going to take 4 damage.
That's 2 full hearts, Cacao,
Oh, shit.
And
Okay.
Farron is going to take 2.
Is this fall
which
damage?
is 1 full heart. No, this would be spell damage. Yeah.
Okay.
Arguably more pain.
I don't
Yes,
know.
Actually.
Hitting the ground might hurt
Yeah.
pretty hard.
I don't take fall damage, but since it's a spell, yeah.
Oh, that's fair.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah, it's
but
like
at
yours
the
is a
very
little
least-
worse. JoJo's is much better.
Yeah.
I get once they've landed, get pulled up safely.
Mhm.
I'm going to spend 1 MP.
Mhm.
Cool. And Cacao
Mhm.
and Farron, you get hit in the head each by a bitterberry.
Okay.
As just grabs these, throws them at your head. So, bitterberry once a day produce D6 handfuls of very strong berries. I rolled a 3. Each one heals 1 full heart. Is what it
Nice.
says.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
yeah. So just like rummaging through his bag, he pulls out these bomb-shaped bitterberries. Toss. Looking around like he
I-
wasn't the one who did it.
Cacao will like sit up. He'll like smear the berry jam into his hair, right? And then he'll say, "Guys, wait. Just to be clear, we are standing on an invisible platform, correct? At this moment in time."
By the time this all resolves, you see the rest of them coming down on an invisible platform that like lands into something on the ground as you are like pulled up the second you would hit the ground and then gently hit it.
Okay. So as I fall, I say, "Well, guys, the floor has air vents. It was I know you won't believe me, but I just was falling, and then whew, I don't know how to do it again, and then I'm gonna like do a worm flip to like see if I can get the ground to eject me into the air again."
This sounds like acrobatics.
Yeah,
I don't know how you're
okay.
gonna convince people,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
go for it. Yeah, that'll be a separate problem. Let's see how the backflip goes first.
It's an 11. It's a 6 and a 5, and I have courage plus 2, 13. This is the best worm. The goat kid can dance.
Yeah, a 13 on a 12 system. So the rest of you have already seen how athletic this child is. Just a strange moment of them standing and then launching themselves into the air doing a standing backflip. None of you feel wind vents coming out of the ground. All of you are like well enough attuned to the elements that you would know, especially Farron.
Yeah.
But maybe there's an invisible wind current, or maybe this kid can just do things. Either way, Jojo, that's an amazing backflip.
Dalmar is like, you must come to Death Mountain. You be big fan there.
Oh, do you guys dance at Death Mountain?
Oh, we big dancers. We dance all the time.
Oh, cool. I dance too.
Flashbacks to the rave.
Yeah. Seems like kind of a weird time to dance around, little guy. I don't mean to question what you were feeling while you're in your element, so to speak, but that element wasn't wind-y or natural at all. So and she's gonna like tap with her feet a little bit around to like kind of feel on the ground for like wind. And she's I think you're a little mistaken, little one.
Oh. I guess it's not working right now. As he like stamps on the ground a couple times.
And
Just-
Razmi and Cacao. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, because again, just watching this, knowing that the bullshit is bullshitting, but also just like doesn't respects that this might just be how Kokiri act. He's never seen one before, but just shakes his head as he moves to his pouch and grabs the first corked pole that he had, and he uncorks it, speaking in Twilight, as it kind of dissipates into the space, and I would get 4 or D4 of MP back from that,
Nice.
which is a 4. Thank God.
Oh yeah. And so while you are regaining your MP and Aurora, while you're just like looking around, you both would be the first two to notice that this room, like, it has a floor that just seems laid out like normal, but then there are 5 gems set up, each one a different color, and on the back wall is a set of 5 squares similar in color to it. So the first one is red, the second one is orange, the third one is green, then blue, then purple, which matches the gems on the ground. The other thing you'd all be very aware of, especially watching Cacao already run through, is that a lot of these tiles look like if more than one person stands on them, they're falling. They do not seem structurally sound enough to support 2 people. But you have a room with a color puzzle in front of you. And I can paint you a word picture of where they're at in a second.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Anyone got any questions? It sounds like
Oh,
we're
yeah, so
waiting for questions.
red, orange, green, blue, purple tiles on the wall.
Yep, the back
And
wall of the room.
The back wall. You said that's 4 tiles in front of us, though?
There's like a whole room of tiles. There are
Yeah,
5 glowing crystals of those
5
colors, just
glowing
in various
crystals
orders.
In various orders.
Okay.
And do the tiles on the ground, like, is it like one's a red tile, one's a purple tile, to like that, or are they just all different
They're-
tiles?
Normal mosaics that you have been seeing on the ground, they just look very like destroyed, as though more than one
Gotcha.
weight will sink them. The closest
I see.
one to you is going to be a green crystal. Then on the far other side of the room, like almost by where the tiles themselves are, is a red one. And then halfway through the room, one side on the left and one side on the right are blue and purple. And then the orange one is hanging down from the ceiling.
Okay.
Mhm.
Do we do they match the color of our rings?
They do not.
Okay.
Are these rainbow colors? Like, do we need to Roy G. Biv this shit?
And then can you explain again the placing of the colors?
Yep. So if we're looking at it kind of like at a clock sort of thing,
Yeah.
and you all are at the bottom of 6, right
Yep.
in front of you at 6 is the green one.
Okay.
Gotcha.
At about 11:30 is the
Uh-huh.
red one, almost like the entire room away from you. At about 6:30 is blue.
6:30.
Yeah,
So right next to the green one.
No.
Other side.
9:30.
No, so I was like,
9:30.
oh, okay.
Thank you. Yep.
Yeah.
9:30. And then at like the 4 o'clock is the purple one, and then the orange one is hanging from the ceiling.
Okay, so center.
In the middle. Yep.
Yeah.
Great, I'm drawing it.
I am too.
I
Okay.
also have a drawing, it's just not good. Chat, here is the
Love that.
drawing for chat. Oh, I don't know which way.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go.
What? Why is your
wanna see what all of our
journal
drawings
from the
might look like.
1800s is so awesome?
Because Jojo.
What? That's suspicious as hell, Sean. Why does that book look 200 years old? No one's saying something. What is that?
What are
Goodbye.
you talking about? It's a
you-
normal journal.
Are you immortal,
it.
Sean?
You wouldn't
Someone,
know.
someone clip that. I'll come back to this.
Exclamation mark
Okay,
clip
we'll
in
write
chat.
Red, orange.
I just put in our general chat
yellow.
what I am interpreting based on his words. But
Yeah.
okay. Oh, then I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna start it off. No, Cleo, go away. Okay, I'm gonna start it off. 'Cause I'm a cheater. One of my perks is elemental divination. Probe for info by calling upon the powers of an element you're proficient with and interpreting the signs. What I'm going to do is you see me like kind of look, and then there's clear confusion on my face because I don't think we do. That's a lie. Twilight do puzzles, but not these puzzles. I'm like just thinking about the damn hand in the Twilight castle. Anywho, but most likely just start pulling on the shadows in this space. And what I would love to attempt to do with this is see if the shadows can almost like, like in some games, like think of like Mario Kart, where you can like play against the player who's already done the course. So you see like a shadow variant going around. I'm thinking like if I can like play with the shadows in a way to see if like I can see like after images of somebody who might have done this puzzle before to see like what clues we should be looking for and like what goes first, etc.
Yeah. Awesome. You want to
I
call
can do
upon
I can do
your-
I can do Arcana for that too. I assume, but I'm pulling on Shadow. I'm gonna pull on Spirit. Actually, Spirit makes more sense for this. That is one of my proficiencies.
Is it a spell to do it, or is it just something that works?
It's a
If
perk.
it's a spell, you don't need to roll. Okay, then yeah, go ahead and roll Arcana for it.
Yep. Where are my dice? Oh, I keep putting things up. Okay. Oh, nice. That is 11.
Nice. Yeah, on an 11, you summon it so well that even the others can see what seems to be like a hero who has gotten a lot of stuff on their back and has been through here before, takes out a boomerang and throws it in an angle that hits all 5 in quick succession and then comes back to him, to the point that it seems like you want to hit them all, if not instantaneously, as close as possible.
I see.
In the
Okay.
exact order that's presented on the back wall.
Oh,
So that
red.
rainbow order.
Okay. Hey, Miko was right.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's kind of seeing that. Yeah, I think you see him like kind of like put his hands together and begin to get focused, and you see that spear come out, trying to like reach into your all senses so you all can see it with me. And as it kind of dissipates, looks at the group. Was that clear? Or should I explain?
Jingle.
Could we also see shadow vision?
Yeah.
Yep.
We see it.
Yeah, on that 11, you all see it.
Where did they come from?
They were here once, and they probably died trying this,
Oh,
or maybe afterwards. I am unsure.
Can your
God.
little
not
spookies show us if they died from doing it wrong by chance?
Well, and he like looks at the towels. I'm not sure. At least what I saw, the after image survived. But I assume that doing things wrong means again falling into yet another deep abyss.
All right.
There are 5 of us. We all can take one of these crystals. Starting with red. Oh!
Ooh.
I think he's colorblind.
Oh.
What?
Come thinking about
You're
the Twilight, there
right.
are like there's like reddish tints, but like that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
it's
think it's
really just
colorblind.
grayscale with bits of blue.
Yeah.
I think he says, "Oh, we need to," and he like looks, hit them in, at least he does know hit all of them at once, but they all just look the same. So I
So
don't
which
know.
one do we start with?
That is
Well-
a good question. I assume the after image showed the order, but he just
Yeah.
saw
Yep.
them get hit.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, but we saw it in color, right?
You did, yes. Yep.
Okay. Just making sure since you cast the spell, I was like, wait a minute. Well, I mean, unless you guys saw something a little different than I did, the red. And she's gonna like point a feather towards the red.
There's a red one.
Yeah, that one over there. You're taller than I am. Can you not see that?
I apologize. I should have thought of that. We don't really have a need for color where we come from.
Oh, what color is that one to you?
And he points up at the orange one.
It is gray.
What about that one?
As a colorblind person, what
Oh,
Jacob
no!
is doing right now is the most annoying thing you can do to somebody who's colorblind.
He said, "I take offense to this."
Yeah. Yes.
How
Yeah.
Love that.
how far is the? I have a question. How far is the room? Like for the red ruby gem
Yeah.
that is on the
So
far side of the
using-
room.
Using
How
our
far?
like speeds that we have, which is like
Yeah.
a one tile based system, it'd be 12 tiles away or 12 speed away.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Well, I can. I'm not scared. I can
Okay.
go out there and hit the button. And I know it didn't go great last time. So listen, maybe I just go halfway and I shoot it with my slingshot, and then I'll just run back, and everyone else hits their buttons, and I'll just hide.
As Cacao saying that, Aurora's already halfway to the red one, flying on his Deku leaf.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That works too.
You have a good. I didn't realize that these were different variants. I think the purpose though is we need to, once one hits the other at, I assume the next color, needs to then hit that one and then continue from there.
The blue one matches my shirt, and I'm gonna sprint out into the room with my matching the blue diamond to the blue tunic, and I'm gonna.
Good job.
As you see Cacao
I
sprinting,
frolic.
everyone that hasn't moved, you see just like the tiles beneath start trembling, but they don't fall.
La 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 la.
Crying.
You're
It
trusting it.
looks at Farron. I assume you
She's
have.
starting to float up a little bit.
Great.
You want to get the one closest to you as she floats off to which are we are we
Purple?
what side? Yeah, okay, so purple's the furthest
Sorry, no,
away.
sorry.
Okay.
I'm gonna say orange. Orange is the one that's actually floating upward.
Oh, I'll get that one. Never mind. I thought
Yeah.
it was okay. Yeah. I'll
Mhm.
go get that one. The orange one.
That one is purple. It seems to fit you.
I see. I will go to that one then. He'll just
I'm
kind
gonna
of.
stay at green.
He just looks at it like, sure, yes, you'll stay at that one. That is it's a crystal. He will move over slowly to the purple one.
So once you're all in position, how would you like to organize actively activating these?
I assume someone who can actually see the colorations should dictate who hits first.
So it, just to make sure I have this right, it goes red, orange, green, blue,
Green, blue, purple.
Purple.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
Oh, that's so funny. You made note of the order. I was just like, I smashed this button when he smashes his button. I clearly have not played these games. You guys know what you're doing. You're taking this very serious. Okay, I got it. There's a fucking strategy.
I'm right there. I'm right there with you.
I just
Okay.
had to make
It's
sure
like-
I had the Roy-G Biv right. I was like,
Okay.
Yeah.
this-
Yeah,
It's like above table Jojo. I saw your comment in chat. I never would have gotten that. This is a very common puzzle in a Zelda game. For chat at home, half the cast has never played a Zelda in their life for more than 15 seconds. Half the cast knows Zelda, and so we're playing a fun balancing act of the two systems, not systems, the two camps. This is a Jojo. It's a very common like Zelda puzzle to have to throw a boomerang and hit all the crystals in the right order.
I
They're primarily
seriously would have
puzzle
never,
games.
literally. I know. I've tried it. It was kicking my ass. These puzzles, but that's not important right now. It is red, orange. What?
Green, blue,
Green,
purple.
blue,
purple.
Okay.
So, having seen the boomerang go from the spirits, we all know that they need to be hit. So, I think Dalmar, from where he's standing, is just
Hit on 3.
I think on 3, but I think there still needs to be a succession.
in
Oh.
order.
So, Mr. Jingles, I think you're first.
Jingle.
I'm second as she flaps her wings a little more.
I'm Delmar, and I'm third.
Blue team.
And it looks like the boomerang hit this one last, so I will be last.
Okay,
Then now on 3.
but in order.
Jingle. 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 Aura pushes the red.
I'll hit the orange.
He
I'll
counted
kick it.
down.
Oh, he counted down. I thought you said he
With that-
hit the red. Okay.
Yes. Oh, with the jingle, jingle,
Okay.
jingle,
yeah.
jingle, and then he pushes the red.
Okay. I'll kick the orange.
Down, oh, and he smacks into the green really hard.
So,
I'm gonna point blank with my pebbles in my slingshot. I'm gonna blast it with a fistful of pebbles.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna spin my staff and just like bonk it.
Perfect. Yep. Being done in fast succession in the right order, you all successfully hit the crystals. They glow white for a second before fading down to just like a very pale blue, holding the color of all of them. And the door that was in the wall behind the tiles opens and reveals a path forward for you.
It seems that the spirits were correct.
thank
Whoa.
you, spirits.
Handy trick.
The aura flies over, lands back on Delmar's head, and just, quietly, so only Delmar hears under his breath, like, boy, feckin' A. Glad that worked.
Yeah, me too. What if you got eaten?
Well, if I got eaten, I'd blame you, and my ghost would come and blow you up for not protecting me.
I don't want that. You should probably stay by my side.
Agreed.
Mr.
Then he's
Jingles,
gonna patch your head.
are all of you like you?
Jingles twice.
Okay.
We can hear Delmar saying this, right? We're getting
Yeah,
one
you can
side
hear
of this
Delmar, yeah.
conversation.
Yep.
You all right over there, big guy? As she floats back down and like starts going toward
Yeah.
Delmar.
Delmar's great.
Jingle.
Good job. I-
Thumbs up with this, just waving his hand. Yeah.
Amazing. Good job protecting that little one there. You're quite capable there, little guy. Mr. Jangles. Yeah, that was it.
He jingles several times.
He has
No indication of what
bombs.
that means. It jingles several times.
You're learning your
Acknowledgement.
words. Yeah. Good job. And
Jingle.
Farron will like start shuffling towards the door. This unhinged.
Yep. Razmi's already walking that direction.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He left.
Numbnuts, go through the door.
Who's numb? Who's numbnuts?
Farron looks behind her. Are you sure you're all right?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
No,
Jesus
no reason.
Jojo, is Cacao heading forward first or staying behind with Dalmir?
I was thinking about this in my head, and I think the thing is he's probably behind Dalmir, and I think
Okay.
he's thinking of when before Yvonne lost their appetite, they said, watch out, look.
Mhm.
And I think when Dalmar says, who's numbnuts, right? Like, I think Cacao starts looking around like he dropped some nuts. That's what I think is happening. That's what I canonically think is happening. I think he's looking for dropped nuts.
Cool. Then Farron and Razmi, as you both entered the door, in front of you, on a large pedestal, you see a treasure chest that seems to have horns and fangs and a weird eye, and it's glowing with the same sacred energy that the pedestal that brought most of you here was glowing with.
Does the eye move as we
does not.
get closer to it? Oh, okay.
It seems to be a decorative eye.
Okay. I mean, I personally feel like we should open that, but you got any more magic sense or little friends that could tell us if it'll blow up?
I do. Before I use it, can I just do like a general arcana to see if I can sense anything before
Yep.
using MP?
Absolutely.
Maybe just keep these out. That is a 9. Nope,
Nice.
10.
On that 10, it doesn't feel innately magical. It feels like the same level of presence you have here. It doesn't feel like anything's here. Nothing of the feeling of when you had your detect magic eyes is radiating. Seems like a normal chest.
I think he just does like a general scan before looking back to Farron. I believe it is not touched by divine or arcane.
All right. I guess we could try and give it a go if it's locked or not. Farron will like approach the chest and see if it's locked. I
Not
feel like
locked?
we need a key. Oh, it's not locked? Oh,
No.
okay.
Ooh.
Oh,
And as
okay.
yes, you get the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da sounds as it opens, and there is a key inside that is way too big for anything practical. It's about this big. It has the same horns and face and 2 prongs on the end, and it seems to be a key that
Wow.
would go to a boss door of some kind.
Yeah, boss room.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we'll need this for later, but it's kind of heavy. Inshallah.
Heavy?
He knows his part.
All right. And she'll like scoot it across the
Now
floor
just like
to
picks
Delmont.
it up with 2 fingers, just
It's so tiny.
puts it in a little pouch.
A key the size of like Cacao standing next to Aurora is just picked up. Yeah.
Amazing.
For scale, the boss room keys versus the Koroks and Kokiri is wild.
Is
Yeah.
a mythical key.
Truly.
Yes. Yeah. And you have it. The pull seems to be going back up now. All of you feel like that courage pull inside of you, bringing you back up. The invisible elevator lift is still there. You all know how to activate it. You could also try and do other things to get up if you wanted to try other things.
Sorry, say that one more time. When I say I blanked so hard,
You were so good. After acquiring the key, you feel like the pull of courage pulling you upwards, and you know that there is like that lift that you all took down the invisible one that you could take up, or you could try some other means of ascending if you don't want to trust the lift again.
I trust the lift.
Yeah.
I trust the lift. I mean, I was just trying to be helpful.
I
Make that mistake again.
I do not trust the lift. Okay.
Okay. So-
This is now suspicious lift behavior. Okay. Okay.
So, Cacao, how would you like to ascend out of this hole?
Is I'm going to grab the treasure chest and drag it up to the wall so I can stand on it.
Okay, just a couple clarifying questions here, real quick.
Yeah.
The treasure chest is extremely heavy in the other room. You want to grab
Okay.
that, and then you want to drag it across the loose tiles that you know if people of average weight stand on together will fall. You want to drag it across those tiles.
Well, no,
I'm not saying no. I'm just asking questions.
No, but
I'm not
that is-
saying no.
yeah.
I'm asking.
Yeah, I do. My answer is the same. Is the problem? I do. I in fact do not trust the lift. I do want to try to move the chest, and I do want to try and stand on the wall because when I walked over those tiles, it was fine.
Okay.
Oh,
We're gonna.
little
Uh-huh.
guy. No.
What?
Are we lifting already?
No. If you want
No,
to be, you
okay.
can. But I was gonna let everyone
Okay.
have their planning period. Yeah.
Okay, let's see what he does. He's got to learn. They'll fall once.
I
They'll
also,
learn.
I
they'll
also
learn
have
a lesson.
one also follow clarifying question. How even if they stood up that chest, it's a pretty deep pit, so they're
Yeah.
gonna get it there, stand on top, and just be like,
He can tucker himself
Hey.
out. He'll figure it out.
okay. I
Okay.
just wanted to
So
make sure.
Jojo,
Yeah,
make me a power roll of some kind
Okay.
to try and move the chest.
I'm gonna push on this. That's a 4.
Yeah. The rest of you, because I have no idea what to do with this. What's the complication?
Hey, somebody want to help? It's heavy.
I don't think Razmi knows how to. Has seen this specific child make interesting choices over and over again. And making the same choices over and over again, knowing that the outcome is failure, is the definition of insanity. So I'm just gonna let that go.
Okay.
Just gonna okay.
Dalmar cocks his head and goes,
Why you want to bring chest? Chest is... we have key. We not need chest. Is chest special? Do you,
Well,
do you
I was-
like chest?
Well, I was just gonna stand on it to try and jump high, because I'm scared of the air vents.
Oh,
'Cause-
Yeah, Cacao. How about instead we distract you while we're going up? How about that? Why don't I pull out and she's gonna pull out her harp and she's gonna start stringing it just a little bit as it plays a little melody, and she's gonna go, Cacao, why don't you come show me some of those cool dance moves, and we can keep you distracted on this platform as we go up. Well, how about that? And she'll go ding 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 and play another melody a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I almost got the chest, but
But those dance moves were real cool.
if you need help with the dance, I'll come over.
We
I'll
definitely
help you
do.
understand,
Yeah.
and I'll.
Farron,
And,
Farron will like let him come to the platform, and she'll like adjust to where she's like blocking him from falling off that side. Like,
Yeah, and with the platform being on the ground and not hovering above a pit with a wall you could easily position Cacao up against, you all are able to make a human ring to ascend without any complication. And you make it back up.
You
Just in
see,
the middle.
Rasmus just takes out his notebook that he has been keeping with him to notate the differences between the Twilight world and this one. Just puts Kokiri, unsure. Goron, loud. Ritu, helpful. just Korok. Korok. This is what he's taking back to his world.
Yes. Lovely. And you all arrive back up in the rave room where the chest was. There are still two platforms going back and forth, as well as the other invisible platform going back and forth and up and down. So there are a total of four other platforms. Two visible this way, one invisible this way, one invisible this way. There are the two rooms, the two unexplored doors on this side, but the immediate pole is directly north. Go as far up as you can as the pole that your courage feels from all of you.
I assume you keep going up, or?
Yeah, did y'all come from right here? A little string. Little harp.
The way we came, he points back to one of the hallways. There are some other spaces we have not seen, but if we are being pulled upward, I would not want to detour.
Just for clarification, that prior hallway that they're gesturing at is full of traps that Cacao sprang on their entry in here. It is full of collapse 4 axes and arrows in that hallway.
That is where Cacao and not Dragonfly danced.
And he points to the other chest.
Not Dragonfly?
Oh,
Yvonne.
Oh, all right.
She's not Dragonfly.
Just keep dancing, Cacao.
What was Yvonne doing with Cacao's choices?
While Cacao is dancing, what is Yvonne currently doing? Just hovering right next to him.
Just still silent and everything. Okay. They're gonna, as they're going upward, unless we choose otherwise, assume we're gonna keep going upward. As he's dancing, he just looks to Cacao. How long have you known Yvonne, is it?
Oh, yeah, as long as I can remember. We've been together for hundreds of years.
Hundreds. I see. Opens up the notebook next to unsure, but old. Period. I say, but longevity is probably what he puts. And throughout this time, you have never seen them like this.
No, but we've never left the Kokiri forest before. And I saw a hand grab them. I just think they're not hungry right now. I was hoping when we left they would get better.
I see. I would still implore you to not let them lose themselves further. And as he says, as you see him reach into the backpack that he has, and he pulls out what has been not hidden but not grabbed. He pulls out a skull. It is a small skull. And as he pulls it out, it is, pale, bone-colored, bunch of cracks to it probably. But as he holds it, he whispers, you see it suddenly begin to get wreathed in almost like a purple-black fire with those geometric squares coming off of it as it begins to float into the air. And you see it almost take on sentience as the jaw begins to open a little bit. it's brighter where the eye holes are of the skull is, hinting that their eyes being formed. As Kaio wakes up, and he says, "This is what happens when a fairy loses themselves, at least in my realm."
They turn into a skull?
Kaio's like, more than a skull, but and then just starts to float around, kind of gets flit, kind of taking themselves in before they stay next. Well, this is, at least from my research, yes, they are stuck this way. They should be like what your Ivan was.
I try to feed Yvonne a berry. I try to give them a berry from my pouch. What happens?
Just falls.
Oh no, this is horrible. This can't happen. I love Yvonne. They're my best friend. They've always been there.
Have you tried different food?
Delmar asks us. He's literally just staring at Kyle. Right? Kyle? That's
Kaio, I'll put it in chat.
Kyle. Okay. I was like, Kyle?
Gorons like rocks. Have you tried giving Yvonne rocks?
I give her a pebble.
Yeah, when you give her the pebble, solely because it's something a fairy can do, the little bit of like chaos still innate in Yvonne takes it and throws it as hard as they can at the wall.
Oh, okay. She's still in there. So we can fix this. How do we fix it, Razmi?
You see that I mean, the fact that the skull next to him is floating and doesn't look like a fairy will hint that he doesn't know the answer. The way you fix is I wish I knew. So don't let it happen.
I won't. Everything's gonna be okay.
That is quite optimistic of you. And he'll just kind of
Aurora just whispers in
So scary.
Dalmar's ear. No, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, just
No! Shit.
nothing's. Come here to me. Nothing's ever gonna be okay.
Why do you say that?
Jingle.
Well, because everything has to be okay. What do you mean?
Oh, sorry. No, that makes I would. Yes.
Right? You want everything to be okay. Say everything. Everything's gonna be okay. Say it.
Everything is going to be okay.
Nothing's going to be okay.
You have to stop saying that.
You're gonna die. Maybe not here, but someday you will die.
I don't want to die.
Delmar's gonna have a psychotic break.
Is
And-
Dalmar saying all this out loud?
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Delmar, do you maybe want to take a go with these maracas? Kind of focus on something, and she's gonna pull maracas out of her bag, and she's gonna demonstrate. She's gonna go take them in both your hands and just kind of like shake and pay attention to the movement.
He
And-
goes and grabs them, and they're
I like
again.
this, Mike.
He's large, so
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
tiny. As
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
are these are entertaining.
Okay. Does that
And,
make you feel a little better?
Real quick. Aurora, can I get you to make some sort of like holding yourself a check because the Koroks love dancing to maracas.
Oh boy!
Betrayed by the music.
Yeah.
All right, what role is this? What are we thinking?
whatever you think you would use to like try and not give up your image of this stone cold bomber and turn into a Korok dancing to maracas.
It's like willpower. If you have willpower.
Willpower, yeah.
Oh, there you
Listen,
go.
I
Willpower.
forgot
Okay.
about that. I'm sorry, but also I'm not sorry.
The moment you said Maracas, I'm like, oh, I know where we're going.
What's the DC? I got an 8.
Yeah, an 8 is still a success, but it's a success with a minor complication. So I think, Dalmar, you feel just like the smallest toes start tapping on top of your head, but other than that, nothing betrays you, Aurora.
I don't. You know what? No, I want to fail this. Actually.
Okay. Yeah. Then
It's
the
gonna
seat
be
is
like
yours. Go for it.
The one part of the Don dance just.
Look at him go. You're doing great. She full on thinks he is like a child. Like he's up there like threatening Dalmar. And she's like, look at that tiny little baby. He's doing his best. Like,
little leaf guy.
yeah.
This confuses Dalmar even more. He's like,
Yeah.
Is this good? Or
Jingle, 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 jingle.
okay?
And
As he-
on
as
that
he keeps
seed, the lift will make it to the top and present you at a door with the giant boss insignia, and we're gonna go to break. See you on the other side, everyone. Goodbye. Drink. Do a drink. Do a
Yeah.
stretch. Take care of yourself. Do it now. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed your break. Hope you stretched, or drank water, or took your meds, or did something like I told you to, because take care of yourselves. The world is bad. Be better. But we're back now. We're outside of a not at all suspicious door that has a weird boss key shape on it. Right after a Korok is dancing on a Goron's head because maracas were gifted, and we needed to calm down the children. Dalmar, you're currently carrying the key. Do you think you would approach the door, or do you think someone else would get the key from you?
I think Dalmar would approach the door. I think seeing how big it is compared to everyone else,
Mhm.
he, one, doesn't think that they could carry it, and two, doesn't know how they'd actually reach it because the lock is pretty high up. So, yeah,
Mhm.
Dalmar just walks up and puts the key in, turns, and
Okay. Then, yeah, as you turn, you feel a very cold, like crypt air come through as the room inside matches the texture and everything of here. And quick content warning for anyone in chat: a brief, probably 30-second description of some spiders. So if you got arachnophobia, please step out for a second. I'll give a thumbs up when it's over so that you can return to us. But as you open the door, the biggest thing you would see is a colossal, probably 10-foot tall spider with a eye in its back, laying down on the ground, all of its limbs folded in as it has been killed, as well as several spider babies on the ground around it. That is laying there. It seems like
Brody.
everything else around here could come to life and take it. But before anything does, and chat, we're good to come back, you see a giant hand come down from the ceiling and crush it as though something is like crushing something on a bongo. And the door behind all of you shuts, and a large portal above the top, forming out of black, very much similar to anyone who has been on Death Mountain or in the Twilight Realm. You see a large shadow beast descending down. It seems to be a large head with one red eye and two large floating hands. The ground turns into a weird metabolism that feels very squishy beneath you, and coming out of that portal in the hands are four little bubbles, skulls the same shape as our friend's skull, as they also float down on the side. And we're gonna do a combat. So everyone go ahead and roll initiative.
Fine.
What do we roll? Our 2d6?
Yeah. And then you add your reflex to it.
Okay. 8 for me.
Okay?
I hate this. Use reflexes. Yes.
Yep.
5.
Okay.
9.
9.
Okay.
8 as well.
9. Okay. Then between the nines, go ahead and pick who you want to go first, and then the initiative just goes around the circle. There's no actual tracking, and I'm sending an image in our chat of what this guy looks like.
Dalmar can go first.
All right, cool. Oh, Oakland of time, come forth.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Dalmar seeing this thing, looks up at Mr. Jingle and goes,
Yeah, you stay back here. I don't want bombs.
and is gonna literally take him off and like set him almost aside, but I assume his helicopter thing takes off. Dalmar's
Mhm.
gonna then turn into a ball, rush forward, and then pop out and smack at Bongo's hands.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll your attack.
That is a hold on. An 8.
Nice.
Okay, an 8 will do it with a minor complication.
Okay.
But go ahead and roll your attack. And remember,
Okay.
your ring lets you do double damage, but you take half the damage yourself.
Okay, cool. So I'll just roll my die 8 and then just multiply it by 2 rather than rolling 2 die 8.
Sounds good for me. Well, no, because you have a specific weapon die.
Right. Yep. My weapon die is a die 8. Yep.
Then you're good. Sorry.
So that's a 7 on the die. So
Okay.
that's a Jesus fuck. 14.
Yes.
But also I have the Goron Child's bracelet on my finger, so that gives me a +1. So that
Okay.
technically makes it a 16. So that's 16 points of damage plus I take 8.
You take 8, which is the equivalent of 4 full hearts.
Oh my gosh.
God.
Oh my. You just
Okay.
nuke yourself?
Worth it. No, I'm
But-
still alive.
You just hit him so hard, you exploded.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
you did a very sizable amount of damage, though, so congrats to you on that.
Hey.
Next up, because your minor complication, will be one of the bubbles, who will fly. Is Razmi, is your friend still out? Is he
Yeah,
still
yeah.
visiting? Cool. Then it's gonna fly to you because you got one with you.
Sorry, I have one quick question. How does armor
Uh-huh.
would that only make it a 5 for me with armor?
What's the number next to your armor?
3.
Then yeah.
Okay.
So they're gonna roll. Oh, they got a 3. That's a bad fail. They do nothing to you. Razmi, you see another bubble come to you. Nothing happens. But
Love
it is
that.
your turn. Yeah.
My bubble again, which is a cursed fairy, can do its own thing. So seeing that bubble, Kaio's gonna like see them. You like see their brow ridge is kind of furrow, and the twilight within them begin to like glow brightly as they like headbutt, basically just like use their entire skull to like hit them to try to do a stun attack.
Okay. Lovely.
I gotta just roll that. I don't know what the fucking. Do I add anything to them? Hold on. Do I add anything to them, or did just let me just?
I think it's just a roll.
I think it's just a roll too. It's an 8.
Okay. Yeah, that's enough to succeed. And yeah, it just happens to go ahead and roll me that stun roll.
2.
Okay, so for 2 turns, this bubble cannot do anything.
While that's happening, seeing this big creature and just like realizing, not that he doesn't believe in his party and in the group that he is now farming, but they make choices. They make choices that might be problematic. So I can't do anything to help them necessarily, but I can do anything to. I know you see him like just begin to whisper in Twilight, and as he does, the notebook that he has, he flips to the back of it. He writes something down, tears it out, and as he tears it out, the page itself goes fully black. I'm going to use 2 MP, and you're gonna hate me. Per the wording, I don't have to tell you what I'm doing. I'm going to forbid an action. I write it down and only reveal when the action is attempted.
Okay. Very fun.
So I'm actually I'm gonna physically write it down first.
Okay.
So you actually know.
This is a cool spell.
Let's go.
Some Jujutsu Kaisen level shit. Where you're like,
Yeah.
Seriously.
Hand.
That's funny.
I'm just gonna.
There we go. Jojo, you're up next. What is Cacao doing?
Okay, there is in fact a big red eye, though, you said, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Right in the center of the face.
My slingshot has a range of 6.
Mhm.
I have the perk that's a Vital Strike to ignore armor and defenses if I know its weakness. And I also have this perk that's Sniper. And Sniper is basically I spend a whole turn to get an extra +2 to hit and an extra heart damage. Aiming in battle takes a full turn, and then I'll take the shot as a free action on my next turn. But I must remain focused. If it's broken, I still take the shot, but with a guaranteed cost. So I'm basically I'm drawing a bead on him with my I just remembered I have that memory. Isn't there a first person mode in like Ocarina of Time with the slingshot?
Yeah. It's when you're trying to aim the slingshot, it goes to the first person.
Wow,
Yeah.
my brain just exploded. Yeah, I do that. Yeah, I pull pebbles into the slingshot and aim for my next round.
Cool. Next up then is Aurora. What's up with Aurora?
As like a quick bonus action, Aurora is going to toss their last bitterberry at Darby.
Darby.
Dalmir?
That's not his name. Yeah, Dalmar. Um,
Darby.
so
Darby is
that's
wild.
yeah, so that's one a little hard for you when you get a chance to nom that,
Sure.
and then is just going to do like a flyby is, just like zoom around, pull out a bomb from his bag and just lob it.
Cool. Are you throwing it at the hands or at the eye?
The eye.
Okay, cool. And that's just splash damage. So roll your splash damage. Dalmir, you are right there, but you are also immune to bombs and fire, so it doesn't really matter.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, so
Go
that is
on.
4 bomb damage.
Cool. And then at the end of your turn, you see it goes to Dalmir's the closest one standing. It's going to try and hit you with its hand, and the other 3 bubbles are going to move closer. Ooh, what do we got?
Can't see it. Oh wait, no
Not at all.
hand.
Oh,
No hand can harm my allies.
okay. Fun. Is that
Oh.
1 round, or how does that work?
1 round.
Okay, cool.
It prevents him from doing a specific action. So I guess as it begins to move his hand, you see the paper itself suddenly lift up and almost like burn away, become ash.
Cool.
And as it does, it begins to wrap around the hand and lock it in place.
Nice.
Love that. That's so cool.
Cool.
Then the
Dalmar
only other
thinks
thing
we
it can
stopped
do is turn invisible. So it disappears from in front of you. The hand would still be on the paper for now, but the turn does start very soon. The other thing that happens is that the 3 bubbles that have not yet gone are going to go for everyone that's not Dalmar and Razmi. So, God,
Actually,
that's-
I need to look at something because per what I
Okay.
wrote down, it says curse lasts 1 day.
oh shit!
So let me just look at this.
Yeah.
Let me look at this. So just confirm. Continue though.
Yeah, keep
What
going.
it disappeared.
The one on just keep going in order. The one on Cacao misses. The
Yes.
one on Aurora will hit, and the one on Farron will hit. So both of you, I am changing the stat block for it because I don't like making people get stunned for the entirety of combat. So you are instead going to take damage and not be stunned. The first, so for Aurora, for Mika, you will take 2 points of bite damage and 2 points of fire damage. So 2 hearts total, unless you have any resistances to either.
To what were the damage types?
One's just regular damage and one is fire.
Oh, I take double for fire.
Oh, okay.
Oh
So-
no.
You will take then 3 hearts total. And then same thing.
3 full
Mhm.
hearts? Damn.
Yeah.
Unless you can dispel it, it lasts for a day. He cannot specifically use his hands to cause harm to my allies. Now,
Cool.
that's the wording of it. You can do whatever you want outside that.
Yes. And then for Farron, it'll be 1 point of bite and 2 points of fire. So a heart and a half total.
Okay.
Unless you have any resistances or anything of that kind. And then it is your turn.
Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna. I feel like have we done a lot of damage for this guy?
You've
Uh,
Not a
done
lot.
Dalmar
some
did.
damage. Yeah.
Some
Dalmar
damage.
Dalmar did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All of my like songs are all
it's-
just like
it's
hype
invisible?
things.
It is invisible. You can see the one hand, but you could only target one of its hands, not its other hand or its face. So
Can I? Sorry, I'm reading this. No, that would be dangerous to you guys. I was looking to see if I could summon anything with like a song. Give me just a second. I'm sorry. When that
Yeah.
happened and now he's still gone. Ballad of.
yeah, the system is weird. Do not apologize for trying
Yeah,
to navigate
yeah,
your ideas.
yeah. I was like, Can I do raise an animate? He's already alive. Dang, there's nothing for like invisibility. Would you allow me to cast so it's Nocturne of Shadows. It's one of the songs that I can do. It's 2 mana points. Could I do like a third to like specifically bend the shadows in the direction that I think this creature is? Would that offer? No, that wouldn't offer it either. I'm trying to give us a way to like,
Trying to like force it visible.
yeah, kind
Echo,
of,
echolocate.
or
Yeah.
Start
or
trilling.
or Song of Storms. It lets me call a thunderstorm, but basically instead of making like the ground muddy or slippery, I just like want to make the storm and keep the clouds like kind of around where it gets kind of hazy and foggy instead, to try and find a way. There's nothing to do that's
So more
like,
you're trying to like summon like a fog cloud so that you can see the form of the mist. Yeah, I'd allow that. Your Song of
Okay.
Storms. Yeah, 100%.
Perfect. So I'll go ahead and spend 1 mana point to go ahead and cast Song of Storms with her harp, and it'll kind of like circle around that area. It does say that lightning strikes a random target once every 3rd turn or 5 minutes, dealing D6 heart electrical damage.
Okay.
So that's also a thing. But
yeah,
it's there.
We'll see in 2 turns how many people are left alive. That's so fun. Cool.
And somewhere in the world, a guy in a windmill is starting to play rapidly and is very upset.
Yes. Cool. Then at the end of the way that, because we never made it to the end of a player combat round last week, at the end of it is the world action. So the world does stuff. They can't attack, but they can do things to set themselves up in better like positions and everything. Omega, it's not going to change what I do, but is the wording that the curse ends when the paper's gone, or the curse just ends? I did not realize you were taking a bite as soon as I asked you that question. I'm so sorry. Yep. Cool. I'll say what's happening, and you can tell me the resolve when you're done. So the only thing that this thing knows is that there is now paper binding its hand, so it is going to call one of the 4 shadows back to it, the 4 bubbles, and ignite the paper on fire with the flame inside of this fairy, killing it permanently by crushing it and taking the flame to burn off the paper.
Ouch.
Hey.
So, per the wording of it, and I did actually copy and paste so that it's specific, it just says curse lasts a day for a day, but up to 3 curses can be in play at the same time.
Nice.
But this is also an underprepared TTRPG, and you are the GM. So I think that the curse can be removed. You just have however it gets removed.
Yeah, I think with it, we'll say with it binding less, it still has its other hand and its eye. That hand we'll say is out of commission, saving you guys a lot of stuff to fight. It still has its other hand and its eye if you're cool with that. Awesome. Cool. That is all the world prep round can be. So then back around to Dalmir.
All right.
You can see through the mist. You can't see it, but you can see where the mist is not.
Cool. The one hand that is bound, that one is like gone. It's we imagine that, we defeated it, so now we have to Oh, I'm gonna try something. It might work, it might not. So one of my perks is spinning attack. So I'm just gonna take my hammer and I'm gonna spin and gonna try to hopefully as I'm spinning hit the hit this bad guy.
Yes, we would love if you hit the bad guy.
Hit him.
Yeah.
That is a 12.
Oh,
nice. That is a crit, which is lovely. And like a 12, not using your modifiers and stuff, right? You rolled 2
using
sixes.
using my modifiers.
Oh. Then that does not matter. It's good. It doesn't matter.
So it's
nice.
9 on the die.
Cool. A 12 though, that's still a perfect success. No complications of any kind. Yeah. what do you want to do? You want to hit both of them? You want to hit one of them? What's your hope and dream?
I think because now I'm just trying to think how Bongo works in the game. His eye is usually up. I think he's just gonna hit the hand. I think maybe like
Okay.
in the storm, like maybe the hand is like banging on the drum, and so like he can almost see like hear it, but also sees little wisps, and so he just
Mhm.
swings around and hits that.
Cool. Yeah, go for it.
And that's going to be 3 on the die. So
Okay.
plus the 1, so 4. So I take 4. I take 1 because of my armor, and it takes 8.
Cool. Yeah, you
Wow.
see, you all are cutting through this thing quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know why when I drew these hearts, I didn't draw them in halves. I only drew them in fulls, and now I have to count heart halves
I just
that
had
are
to do that
remaining.
for myself of like, oh,
Yeah,
remember to.
nice. Yeah, and on 12, there's no complication, major or minor, so nothing in the world moves to attack, and we move over to Razmi.
Is there any darkness in this room?
It's got shadows and stuff. Like, it wouldn't be like dark, but there's darkness on the edge of it, where it's
Yeah.
kind of like obscuring the walls.
Is
I made
stealthing
clouds too. So
Mhm.
yeah.
fair?
Fair, fair, fair. Yep.
Is stealthing my full action?
I think that's a minor action. Let me check, because a lot of things are
I know you
free
can do
actions.
move action and then like a free thing. Like so, I'm going to be moving
Yeah.
into the darkness,
Mhm.
intentionally stealthing or like trying to use my own shadow power to like, get me. Is that a full action or not? Because it's going to matter about. what I
No,
do.
we'll say that's like the stealth is your free action, because there are a couple spells that can be cast as a free action, so I feel like you can try and hide as a free action.
Great. That I'm going to. You will see Razmi kind of look around and note the spots that are very dark, and you'll see
Mhm.
him rush into that space and attempt to blend in. So I'm going to do a stealth. That is an 11.
Nice, yeah, very well hidden.
And as he kind of steps into this shadowy space, this darkness suddenly just kind of disappears into nothingness. But then coming from that darkness suddenly is a lance of shadow that I'm
Nice.
going to throw at them. I'm using MP. Jesus Christ. That is another 11.
Nice. We love that. Yeah. So that will be.
So
Mhm.
because I am stealthed, if I believe I'm
Mhm.
hidden, I deal max damage while hidden with my sneak attack.
Nice.
Nice.
So what is the
Um,
max?
The max damage will be 6 to 8 points of dark damage of shadow damage.
Cool.
Nice.
And then as it hits, you see it does kind of the same vibes of hitting as someone back home would do, as it seems to be one with shadow. And so shadow still hurts it, but is not as effective as if you were killing a light being.
Yeah, when you're a shadow person and get suddenly nerfed by a shadow boss, it's fine. It's cool. Love that for me, but that's and the bubble is just going to the bubble. His name is Kaio. Kaio is going to probably fly at a different bubble,
Yeah.
screaming at it. To just see what that's 9. I have rolled 3 9s in a row.
Blast
Hell
him.
yeah.
Blast
Roll
him.
for stun.
That is a 3.
Cool. 3 turn stun. Only one bubble that can do anything with its life, because the other one that could is dead. Yeah. And you succeeded on yours. So anything else you want to do?
That is my. Then I will be revealed once I hit though, because my stealth mode's removed with my attack hits.
Perfect.
That's me.
Cacao.
Okay.
What's up in Cacao Land?
So I was training my slingshot on it, and then it went invisible. But I would like to add to that is that part of my fairy mechanic. It's not just Emma bullying me. Okay, it's not just Emma bullying me, but there's stuff that can happen too. I get a 1 free action return for a +1 bonus to shoot, and so I was wondering if, like, narratively, maybe it's like, Cacao shouts, "Watch him!" and that
Mhm.
I'm gonna take a shot at the cloaked. I was training on him, but maybe with the watch out mechanic, the target, the +1 bonus to shoot, and I'm gonna commit to the free shot from my sniper prep, if that's okay, if that
Perfect.
makes sense.
Yeah. Go for it.
Okay, so it's +2 from sniper, +2 from courage, +2 from my shooting mask, +6, and then +1 for targeting. So I'm got a +7 to hit.
Okay.
On top of my 2 dice. That is a total of 13. I rolled a 6 +7 is 13.
That is a hit.
Sick. And then my damage is half a heart, but 1, 3, 4, 6 damage. Half a heart +6.
That's so wild. That little Korok. Yeah, you all see the other hand break and fade out into the mist. All that's left is the eye floating in front of you. And it's looking really bad.
And that was just my free action from the lineup from sniper.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna run up on him, but I'm gonna be dancing in the wind,
Uh-huh.
right? I'm gonna, and as I'm dancing, I'm gonna load my gravel pellets into my slingshot,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna use the close quarter. I have the close quarters combat feature, or whatever the fuck.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna blast them with my slingshot at point blank. I want to like 300 run with my slingshot.
Bouncing off of Dalmar.
Yeah,
Give me a roll. Give me a roll for it.
I want to be propelled off Dalmar's belly. I want like a I want one of those, like like the belly ejection, right? I want one of those.
Yes.
Mhm. We love this.
Alright.
We love this. This is
Okay,
fun.
let's see.
Yeah, belly ejection was my nickname in college.
Beautiful.
It is a total of 10 on this one.
Okay, so it'll go off, but then it'll get a complication after, and then go
Okay.
into your damage. We'll
And
see if it even matters.
My damage is half a heart, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on close quarters as well. Half a heart +6.
It's very funny to me that you're the one that took it down for what's about to happen.
Yeah.
Yes.
You all see as well, Jojo. You described to me how you kill it, and then we'll go from there.
I think I'm running up to Dalmar, and I shout out, "Belly springboard!" And I wait for the belly assist. Dalmar, how do you belly assist?
So I think it's as you're running up, Dalmar is finishing his swing and is like getting his balance on his little legs, and hears this, goes, and just like turns to the point that his belly is sideways to you, so you can like land on it, and then just kind of does a pump of his belly out and turns to launch you up in the direction.
I'll springboard off the belly, draw in my pebbles into my slingshot, and it's gonna be a full slow pull as I'll buckshot him with a bunch of acorns at point blank.
Cool. Yep.
It is half a heart +6. Just double checked. Half a heart +6.
Yep. Wonderful. The only thing that can happen in terms of enemies is that the other bubble that's left can try and go for Farron. So we're gonna see what happens there before I tell you what happens next. No, that's bad. That is the third set of 3 I have rolled in this combat for these bubbles.
Oh
I have to have a
my
talk with these dice because they love rolling 1s and 2s. But all of you see, keeping the initiative the exact same, so it's going to then be Aurora up next. As small acorns pelt this like glowing red eye, it seems to slit open, and emerging from it is a little shadow of Cacao. Just like a dark Cacao that stands there with a slingshot ready to fight all of you. And Aurora, you are up. The form of Bongo Bongo drops and fades away. There's no longer this being hanging from the ceiling. Instead, we only have Shadow Cacao.
Oh no!
I am so here for this.
I.
Mhm.
Oh boy. Okay.
Alright,
Well,
yeah, but I
have-
deal with this in real life. What's happening, man? What?
Wild that you're the one that
oh,
took it down.
1x4. I. So can I use a garden wall to like? Can I build the wall around it?
What does Garden Wall do?
It forms a 1x4 10-foot high barrier of local flora up to 4 spaces away. It's impassable, but destructible. It has 8 hearts and takes double damage from fire. The wall is permanent until destroyed.
Yeah, 1x8, 1x4 means you can get it, but you would also get the other 2 that are standing there.
Wait, okay, who all is standing there?
Cacao and Dalmar.
Oh. Of course y'all are.
I love it so much.
Well,
It sounded like an ooh, that's bad for you kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. It's
Ooh.
funnier if you do it anyway. It's funnier.
yeah, I'll do it anyway. Why not? Yeah, gonna go ahead and spend the. Oh, do I want to do this? Because then I won't be able to do the other cool thing. It's just. Actually, what did the fire damage to me last time?
The bubble that's paralyzed next to you, stunned by Kaio.
Okay. Oh, it's still there though. It's just.
Just stunned.
You know what? In that case, fuck that thing if it's right there. I'm actually going to instead spend. I'm gonna go goblin mode and spend 2 MP in order to cast Flame Skin. Cover a target up to 4 squares away in flames that hurt anyone who touches them for D4 fire damage. Subject is also immune to fire damage for D6 turns or 5 minutes. So,
Who are you casting that on?
myself.
Okay. Nice. We love that.
So,
cool.
Yeah,
cool,
this
cool.
little Korok, it's almost like just there's this explosion within himself as he does the whole like flame on. And
I'm
is
still
going to.
a Korok who is so horribly weak to fire, suddenly becoming immune to fire is wild.
Yeah.
By setting himself on fire.
I just have the way I'm imagining this is green
When
turns to
there's-
like the fall, the autumn oranges
Yeah.
and reds.
When
as
there's
yeah,
when there's nothing left to burn, you have to set yourself on fire. And so he does that and just kind of touches the thing that's right there. See if that'll actually do any damage to it.
Yeah, roll a d4.
D4, my favorite dice. Where are you? There we go.
where are thou?
What's everyone's favorite die while Mika's rolling? Mine's d8.
3.
Nice.
D12 is my second favorite. I do like D8's my third, and I always remember it as the 2 pyramids stuck ass to ass.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just
And
like it
so-
because it's the most fun to fidget with. Because it's so, like, fidgetable.
Clearly, mine is a freaking caltrop. It's not.
Nice.
They're not. I hate
Um,
this thing.
Aurara's then going to use his movement to like fly on over.
Well, before you run away, that's enough to kill this thing. So
Oh.
you just reach up and incinerate the bubble in front of you. I want to know what that looks like.
You see as this Korok that is now autumnal colors, this little leaf, like the edges mirroring like a flame, turns, and you see, behind those dark sockets where you think the eyes should be peering through that leaf, that there is nothing there. It is void. It is death. He is become death, the flame that purges, and he touches this little orb as it doesn't go out with a bang, but a whimper.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, and then move wherever you want to move.
Yeah, gonna move to the shadow and just land on it
Perfect.
to deal
Aaron.
a D4 of damage.
You are up.
This is amazing.
Yeah, hold on. No, let me
Yeah.
Go
me
ahead.
roll for the damage real quick.
Oh.
And
Because if it's touching me, it's gonna take damage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not done murdering
That's
everything.
four hearts
Okay.
of damage.
the fun part is JoJo knows how many hearts this thing has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's JoJo.
Do I?
No, you don't take damage. It uses your stat block,
Okay.
including your close quarter aim
Oh.
and your sniper aim and your fairy. It uses
Okay.
the stat block of whoever it's replacing.
All right.
Oh.
Well,
Mhm.
I had 5 heart. My full health is 5 hearts.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
down to 3. You're doing great. Farron.
This is fine. This is great, everybody. Let's do this.
Uh-huh.
Let's go. Farron, since we can tell it's kind of down to its last legs, so to speak, right? Like it's looking
Yes.
pretty gross. Let's
You do
go
also
ahead
still have a
and
bubble
do-
floating next to you, if you care.
Mm. Can I see it?
Yeah,
Is
it's just
it-
a little
yeah,
flame
oh,
skull
yeah.
trailing you.
See.
Yeah.
Oh, it hasn't hit me though.
It has tried, but yeah, it has not. No, it did land 1 hit.
Oh yeah, I took 3 damage from that. Okay, no, let's go ahead and I'm gonna cast not Song of Storms. Where did it go? I apologize.
You're good.
You're good.
It was in.
We got 2 more
There it
turns
is.
until your Song of Storms goes off, just so you know.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do some more electric damage. I'm gonna do lightning bolt. So you're gonna see her harp glow again, and I'm gonna spend the 1 mana point to lightning bolt. Are not cacao,
Oh,
and it's gonna do
Shadow cacao.
a d6 worth of damage. So it'll do
Nice.
4 electric damage. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
They need to pass a dex roll or
Okay.
drop whatever they're holding. So
Okay,
if he's got the slingshot as well, he'd have to drop.
He
it.
does have the slingshot, and JoJo has nothing in dex, so it's just a plus
Okay.
2 to this,
Okay.
which brings it up to a 10. So what was it had to beat?
It doesn't say. It
Oh,
just
okay, well,
says they need
Cool.
to pass a dex roll.
Using the typical success meter, that is a success, so
Okay.
it will succeed.
Okay.
This system, y'all, is a system. Cool. And then because it's
trying.
a success with a point in favor on its end, you're gonna see the little dark fairy float down and like kiss it on the cheek, and it's gonna regain some health.
Oh.
Boo.
Wow.
Boo.
Hey.
Wow.
Hey,
It
Yvonne
really
could be kind.
it really is the shadow version because mine bites me. Mine,
Uh-huh.
And says some things to you.
yeah, fucking the ones. This is, are we the baddies?
Cool. It is back around to the move phase. Your little guy is gonna run away. Does anyone have a thing that lets them do an attack as someone's running away? I know there's a specific skill for it. Okay. then Shadow Cacao is going to run to a distance where a slingshot would be more effective. And the one bubble is going to continue trying to follow Farron. The other bubble is still frozen, but Razmi, you know that when it gets its first thing this time, it will run out of its stun. So currently can't do anything, but the first time the enemies get around, that bubble will be able to move as well. And we reset at the top with Dalmar.
All right. Is it, would you say 6 away from me?
Jojo's movement speed is only 4, so yes.
Cool. Amazing.
Yeah,
Cool.
I just realized I've been kind of ignoring movement speed, so my movement speed's only a 2.
We've all been ignoring movement speed.
All right.
It's literally says it's only meant for on like tiled maps where you can move one tile at a time, which we're not engaging in because this is the internet.
So,
Yeah.
Dalmar, before moving, is just like staring at Aurora because he's like, I've just seen death itself, and this thing is terrifying. And then just goes, and turns into a ball and rolls up and is gonna roll smash into Dark Cacao.
Roll for it. Jojo, do you have any reaction type things? Because you only have the first page of your character sheet posted in chat.
Sick. Well, I have the close call feature.
Okay.
Close call.
Jacob?
That is an 11.
Okay.
I have once per day when I'm knocked out, recover 1 temporary heart and stay conscious.
Okay.
Unless you're healed during battle, you'll pass out immediately after.
Cool.
I have
So
that.
That may come into effect. Let's see what kind of damage we get on an 11.
Now, actually, because it's roll, I'm not using the hammer. That's a die 6.
Okay.
That is a 5 times 2, so 10
Whoa.
plus the so 12. It's 12 points of damage. I take 6 minus a 3, so I take 3.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you see it go down and then stand right back up, looking bad. But because you had a minor complication on your end, both bubbles will get their turn now. So the one closest to, I guess, Razmi, it's the one closest to you now, will go first. God, that is another 3. Look at perceive.
Boo.
Perceive.
Boo.
Sagas.
Witness
What?
me.
You need to save that set for sagas.
Yeah, not this system. The other one, though, does come out to a 7. So that is going to be an attack on Farron. It's going to be 3 points of biting damage and 4 points of fire damage. So
Damn.
that would be 3.5 hearts total unless you have resistance.
Oh snap!
No, I don't.
Okay.
Not a
Cool.
fire.
Then that's all it can do, because Shadow Cacao used come back to life momentarily. So we pass it over to Razmi.
Kaya is just going to just, full send it at the bubble that hit me. At least attempt to. Jesus, 11.
Nice.
Yep, that works.
Clearly, I don't think it's a attack. I think literally just yeets itself, like kamikazes itself into this other bubble and knocks it down because it's the only bubble that gets to be around right now. Like looks at it like stay down. And
I imagine it does that too, like just the head of.
And then that's a 4. So that's a 4 turns of stun.
Perfect. This bubble has had seconds of life.
And then shadow thing though. Now I guess I have to ask. Do I get the vibe or feeling that it doesn't care about shadow damage?
Strangely enough, no. You have a feeling it really hates light.
Well, I mean, I gather that part because I also hate light.
Yeah, but no, shadows seem fine for this one.
Interesting. Okay.
Mhm.
'Cause I'm like, this is bad. And how far away is it?
From where you were hiding, it'd be like 10 squares because you were hiding on the side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it really doesn't matter because what I can
No.
do is just, you see my staff begin to uh, suddenly become fully encased in shadow,
Mhm.
um, as it becomes a bound blade. Um, and I think it's going to count as movement technically, as I see it, because it's on the other side in the shadows on the other side, right?
Yep.
I just like stick my head out of the shadow I'm at, and I go, one moment, and I step back in, and you see the remnants of the Twilight like square starting to come off of me as I suddenly appear right next to it as I blink. And to any shadows within sight,
Yep.
it doesn't say it has to be a certain range.
No.
Um, um, and I'm just gonna bonk.
Do a bonk.
Do a bonk. Okay, that might be lower. I mean, not might, it is lower. I use relevant skill. Yes. And for me, I can use with so 8.
Okay. Still a success, but a success with a large complication. So go
That's
ahead and do your
fair.
damage.
I'll take that. It's going to do. I remember. It does. We turned it to a D4. Yes.
Hmm.
So D4, but it's also at a +2 because of my spell, my damage that I do. So that is 3 in total.
Cool. Yeah. If you're not comfortable with this, you don't need to. But please paint a picture as you down this Kokiri child. That's not a child and is a shadow. But
I think. I mean, it kind of happens all at once because technically one's a reaction. As I bonk it, because I'm not a melee person at all, but I can be if necessary. As I bonk it and it begins to hit the ground and potentially shift back into shadow. Well, let me ask this: does a Poe form?
a Poe does not form. A small mote of light does come out. So if you want to make a quick snap decision about what to do with it, you can. I don't think you'd have enough time to know if it's a Poe or not.
Yeah, technically, per wording of the spell, it's just captured Poe of a recent deceased creature. But if the
Okay.
Poe doesn't form, then I'm not gonna worry about it. No, I think he just bonks it, and as it flows back, he doesn't think it's Twilight. He just thinks that it's a shadow creature. And just may you return to the darkness from whence you came.
Cool.
What's the major complication, though?
The major complication is going to be that the stunned bubble gets its turns, and that the other bubble is also not dead. The stunned one won't get to attack, but it is unstunned. The one that's not stunned, though, is still right next to Farron, and is still...
I would also like to add to the major complication that
Yeah.
fucking Cacao just saw his shadow get bobbed into oblivion and now conceptualizes death. I think that is the major complication is he just saw himself get turned to shadow dust.
That is a major complication. Also, the bubble rolled a 6, so it does not succeed in its attack against you. Cool. Cacao, speaking of, you're up. There are 2 bubbles and a little mote of light that's floating in the air.
I will gesture to Yvonne
Mhm.
to the mode of light, and I'm going to say, I think I'm gonna say I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna say bite it. I'm gonna say bite it to send Yvonne over towards the mode of light. Hopefully, like swallowing it, glomping it. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm just gonna point Yvonne over that way. And the fairy has a free deal half a heart of damage, but also poke, touch something lightly. We'll see whatever happens when I send them. And as far as me, there is a thingy. There's a bubble.
There are 2 bubbles, one pretty close, one pretty far, that do not seem to get, like, Do you enjoy the FromSoft games?
Those are like the Souls type games.
Yeah.
They're okay.
Okay. Well, for anyone that does, we all know the feeling when you kill the mini boss and then like the mob enemy is like, "But I'm here too." The bubbles are very much playing, "But I'm here too," and not reading the room about what's going on.
It's cool. I like it.
Mhm.
Can I? I'm gonna blast them. I'm gonna blast them with my slingshot if I can.
Nice.
Um,
You can, yeah.
And if I'm gonna do it is the one close to me, like within 10 paces, I think.
Yeah.
My slingshot
Yeah.
is 6, but if I do it up close, okay, cool.
Yeah. It's within the space.
Okay. That is a 7 plus 2, 4, 5, 12. 12 on the hit, and it's half a
Yep.
dart, half a heart,
Mhm.
plus 1, 3, 5, 6. Plus 6. Half a heart plus 6.
Yeah, as the skull is just obliterated with its single heart. As the smallest
I-
dart pops it off.
I
It was
I-
the one next to Farron, so Farron, you see it go.
I am become hardened by the concept of death. I might loose my arrows.
And then
You look
as-
over at Aurora and you see death from him as well. You are surrounded.
Yeah. Real quick, Aurora, you're up next. Do you just want to touch the other fairy? Not fairy,
Yeah.
the other bubble? Okay, cool.
Yes.
Just
Roll the D4.
incinerated.
It's awful.
That's a 1.
Okay, so on your actual turn, you can do whatever you want, but it is injured. But Yvonne, you would all see Yvonne fly over and bite this thing, and then breathe a sigh and go, "Bitch, watch out! Bitch! Bitch!" As you see Yvonne consume her own soul back into her body, and she is back to who she was. Mhm. And Aurora, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm just gonna burn that bitch.
Mhm.
Not
Vaughn?
Yvonne.
Can't trust her.
That's another one damage as I just
Cool.
touch.
It is
Can I
done.
cast my movement? Does that okay?
Yeah. And as you all defeat everything about this, you see a couple things drop out of this shadow monster. One is a heart container, and each of you gain a whole heart.
Woo!
Like
And then
like
also,
Amazing.
revived a heart, or we now have an additional heart.
you now have an additional heart, like a full heart. And then also, you see several blessed and divine weapons come out of the sky. No master swords, because that's broken as shit right now. But there are divine scepters and bows and maracas and hammers and the like that you all will be able to gain. We're also going to do a level up off screen. So we'll figure all that out next time. We'll come back with you all having defeated the Sacred Realm. Hooray!
Yay!
But as we go, who we be, reverse order. Pyrea, who we be.
Oh, I be Pyrea. Sorry.
Yep.
I'm Pyrea. I was playing Farron, the Rito Bards. Find me as Pyrea on all the socials. Okay, I don't remember who went before me.
To Mika.
Mika. Yeah, okay.
Hi, I'm Mika. I do things. You can catch me over on Roll D5, ROLE D5, where we specialize in playing indie games, or you can see me here too sometimes, playing other silly games. Coming up, you can catch me Tuesday on Don't Kill My Character playing Masks, and then playing Underground Broadcast on Roll D5 next Wednesday. So, hey, can hardly wait to see you there and keep me company. I'm done.
Jojo. Jojo, who be.
Hi, friends. I'm Jojo. Tonight I played Cacao Broma, which is Spanish for joke, because he's a joke character, and I'm having fun with him. I'm on the internet at Jojo Culturalist. I am a cultural anthropologist, and you can catch me over on Melanin Mythos, which is a BIPOC world building podcast, and you can also find me helping out over with the events at Apochromatic Unlimited, which is kind of like a BIPOC TTRPG publishing platform space, where we do fundraisers and try to platform people to get into the space. I do those things, and today I played a sunshine character, now hardened by concept of death, which has never himself, no less, actually. So that's fun. Who among us does not question, death of self? That's it. That's it for me.
Jacob, who are you?
Hi, yeah, I'm Jacob. I played Delmar the Goron, and you can find me on all the socials at JR Shore Lunch. That's JRSCHOR Lunch. I'm a digital artist and cosplayer, focusing on my own work, but also doing commissions. We may not have the Master Sword in this game, but I built a Master Sword and Hyrulean Shield because Zelda. You can, aside from finding me on the socials at that I mentioned, I pop up everywhere. I'll be on Amber Ascension Season 2. We'll be starting up very shortly, and I'm here. I'm everywhere, and that's what I do, and that's who I am. Popcorn, the last one.
Yes, finally, Omega.
Hey, everybody. Again, I'm Mega Jones here, also known as Quipbart across all social media channels. You can find me in many places, including literally in about 30 minutes over on twitch.tv/Captain Robert for Vecna Eve of Ruin. Aside from that, I do a lot in the space, so check out the socials for anything I'm doing. Tomorrow, I'll be streaming. I have early access to South by Midnight, which is a really cool Deep South inspired game that just come out, and I'm really excited about that. So check out my stream for that. And yeah, that's really goodbye.
Cool. Yeah, be sure to check it out because that game looks incredible. So if you got the
Yeah.
time and you're here, go check out that stream. And then if you want to be here on the channel, well, no, that's the wrong way. If you want to watch more here on the channel, tomorrow we will be doing a game of Warped FM, podcasters interviewing extraterrestrial beings. Sunday is the penultimate episode of Down the Forest Road, and things get bad. They get bad. And then next week on Wednesday will be a Sagas game here on the channel run by Dennis, the OKS GM. And then Thursday, we will not have a Zelda episode. We'll be taking a break for a very tonal shift into Alice is Missing. She keeps going away. We'll try to find her again. Who can say what's going to happen? But we will see you all lovely people next time. Enjoy your evenings. Take care of yourselves. And we are going to say bye-bye. Goodbye.
Bye.